Welcome, as always, welcome to the Lighthouse Loft for today's meditation. So this week, we've been focusing in depth on immunity and coming at it from a multiplicity of different angles. So when I talk about immunity within the context of the work that is integrative practices, I'm talking about the endogenous capacities for having a robust internal immune system that is generating for itself from within itself. So everything that I've been sharing with you this week will hopefully serve to empower you at a moral, mental, emotional, physical level to take care as we move through this profound sick cycle that we are traversing as a species. So take this moment. I am going to need to relocate you because of what we're going to be doing. So later today on the Integrative Practices website, I will be posting yesterday's immunity Qigong forms, and I really strongly recommend that you familiarize yourself with those forms amongst any of the other, Qigong gathering recordings that are at that address. But yesterday's practice is really very user-friendly and very useful in terms of working with your alchemy, your internal alchemy. So your lymphatic system is deeply and intricately involved in your immune system. So all of the different technologies, if you will, that she is so persistent. All of the different technologies that we're going to utilize today are directed toward the cleaning out of your lymphatic system. So if the lymphatic system is sluggish, I think of the lymphatic system as being, the internal body of water. And if you think about water, when water is left to stagnate, it's no longer a conductor of life. So we're dynamizing the lymphatic system and we're cleaning it out. Really, that's such a you're a comedy. That's such a central thing in this work, is to being responsible for whatever it is that's showing up in our field that is our personal life, having the ability to respond, which is a responsibility, and to respond from a place of undeniable inner resourcefulness, and to respond in a way that is going to be relevant and of service to sustained transformation and a kind of robust wellness. So watch here. Please give me some space. You're very needy today. This is going to be our first technique. She's in rare form. You're going to bring your hands back behind your head, and on the inhale, you'll turn left. And on the exhale, you're going to come back to center. And on the inhale, you'll turn right. And exhale, back to center. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Like always, there's a rhythmic, hypnotic, percussive aspect to the way that we're using our breathing and getting everything harmonized, elevated, integrated, and syncopated. So let's give this first technique a try, and let it have a very direct effect on your lymphatic system. Let it open up all of the powerful, energetic, and substantive crossroads in your body, so that the water can flow freely. So this week I've been speaking about the different kinds of palm energies that we can have as practitioners. I believe in one of the forms that I was sharing yesterday, yesterday I was talking about an earth palm, if my memory is serving me correctly. For this particular form, I want you to check out having a water palm. So what does that mean when I say water palm? Imagine that, in fact, you know, your hand has many rivulets of flow. So we want to let our bodies be conductors for the flow. So there isn't any rigidity, there isn't any, you know, to sort of tiger energy, there's no fire. It's water palm, okay? So the energy is ebbing and flowing. But it's happening in a stabilized, sustained placement back there behind the head, and you've got an inch or so you're in the radiant field. All of these lymphatic immunity practices that we're doing today are going to help you with what's called your radiant shield. So that, and this is the last thing I'll say, and then we'll do it. Your radiant shield, I think about it in a sort of paradoxical, twofold kind of a way. So A, if your radiant shield is strong, then you can actually show up with a more undefended heart, undefended presence. That's really something that we're interested in and devoted to in this meditative community. So you can show up in greater undefended presence because your radiant shield is stronger. So you don't have to waste or spend so much of your life force energy trying to defend yourself. So there's that. And then your sort of iron curtain codes of immunity are getting activated, and they begin working for you more efficiently. So we can be softer because we can trust that the radiant shield is working as an iron curtain immunity code for us. So we need this at the level of bacteria, at a viral level. We need it for the negativity that's going on in the political world. We need it because of all the sort of, guerrilla civil war sort of behaviors that are going on and on and on and on. So working with your radiant shield, really have an inner eye open to what that feels like and what it's looking like for you as you're endeavoring into the work of these meditations. So let's do it. Try to stay in it at a level of full, robust power until I indicate that we'll stop. So inhale left and exhale center. So this is a breath of fire that is happening both in and out of the nostrils. Remember, you've got water palm. So really feel the isolations of the movements. Look at the tip of the nose. Keep it going. Every time you exhale, pull the canvas of your abdominal wall in and let it help in this purification factor of the form. Okay? Using the meditation as a way of accessing and directing the immense amount of life force energy that's flowing through you and that's surrounding you. Check in with the hands. Are they still water palms? Have they gotten rigid? Can you stay in the strategic gesture that is the oscillation of the trunk in this way? Can you stay in that strategy while being in the fluidity of the lymphatic flow up through the crossroads of the armpits and through the rivulets in the hands? Directing and accessing the life force energy flow. Stay with it, stay in it. So if I were to give one directive, it would be to stay at your edge as you're practicing. There's no wrong way to practice the technology. There's only a sort of wrong attitude. So if we come at it, at half-mast or sleepy or only, at an almost there kind of level, then we won't be able to harvest the tremendous amount of great good that it is making available for us. So tune in with how you can elevate your attitude. Elevating the attitude. A couple more oscillations. Bringing your attention to the composition of the meditation and your capacity to refine your attention in the composition of the meditation. Good. Bring it to a close. And just take a moment to connect with how the glands are shifting towards balance, how the lymphatic system is flowing, it's moving like a healthy river, a clean body of water. If that's part of our outlook, and if that's part of our every action and intention, this intention towards cleaning up the fort that is the address of the body, cleaning the environments that we live in, cleaning, then we can be confident that that immunity flow is going to be allied with us. So I'm going to scoot back just a little bit because I have a sense that you might not be able to see what is happening in the lower body so well with the way my camera is. So here we are. You're going to take hold of the knees. I have my ankles crossed. It doesn't matter which ankle's in front. And you're going to work with a breath of fire. So this incredible, purifying, solarizing breathing technique, which we were just doing, but we're going to do it a little bit faster. So you're going to go up and down and up and down. So we're working with the lymphatic flow in the lower body now, from the belt down. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate it without talking. So there's this incredible pull from gravity in your anatomy as you're doing this dynamic meditation. I want to encourage you again to pay attention. It's always worth paying attention to what we're paying attention to inside of the meditation. Pay attention to the ascension of the Qi in your spinal column inside of the Shushmana, which is that open central chamber where the evolutionary current is moving through, or not moving through. But in our case, it's moving, right? Because we're always on the daily, we're tuning into these techniques that help to ensure that it's never getting stuck. Okay, so sit up nice and tall. I'm actually perched on a block. You may feel that you need to do that too. It would be helpful. Okay, so join in with me as soon as you can for a few moments of cleaning the energy in the lymphatic system through this technique. Looking still at the tip of the nose. it to a close. What a magnificent way to move, huh? I hope you feel how alive, what a gift that meditation is. It's getting all that lymphatic intelligence on deck and working with you and for you in a way that is characterized by flow, the Tao, Qi, Jing, not effort coming in from the outside, but a potency because it's awakened from the inside of your inside, a magnificent moving way of living through the contours of your life. So still in this lymphatic container, we're going to weave up our fingers and rotate the palms of the hands to face the sky and hover the tapestry of the hands right above the light center on the crown of the head. So take this moment, you're feeling how much energy you've moved. Tune into your radiant shield. These are circumvent force practices that help us to swim around the rocks in the river, to even clean the rocks, the problematic rocks out of the river. Okay, so watch here, I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm going to inhale and then exhale. So syncing the heart up with the breath, with the movement of the arms, okay? Incredible gesture, yet another really vivifying one. So let's do it together. Weave the fingers, get the placement, relax the shoulders. So just a few, I'm going to call a few nuanced articulations so that you're not creating any unnecessary choke points in the anatomy of your trunk. So relax the shoulders down, feel your neck elongating and extending. Draw your chin in towards the pit of the throat just a little bit so your brainstem is long and spacious, and pull your lowest ribs in towards the organ complex of your belly, and feel your buttock bones settling into the large space beneath your body, and feel space underneath the blades of your shoulders. All right, so inhale and then exhale. And now reverse the breathing. So you're going to exhale and inhale, okay? And it may take your brain a little moment to wrap around that shift, but it's possible. It's super good for your brain to do that. It's a way of ensuring that you're keeping the hemispheres harmonized. So good. Bring it down in front of your heart and just have a moment here. And we're going to rotate the hands to face away from the heart's center. And same thing, working with this bellow energy. Visualize the bellows in your breathing lungs, and visualize how, as your mind gets quiet, because the intensity of these meditations are steering the mind out of the incessant busyness and towards your original quiet autonomy. Feel how the bellows of your lungs are more capable of receiving the nourishment of the breath in every part, not just the top, not just the top third, but the whole of each lung. Okay, so really use this next one to address the lung energy. Gaze still set at the tip of the nose. Stay in it, even though I'm talking, stay in it, and visualize how the center of the wheel, the third crossroad of energy in your anatomy, how it's brightening. It's brightening. It's bringing greater light into both the core and into your radiant shield that is allowing you to have a softer heart and a stronger immunity. Good, and release. So what happens at the level of this cleaning that I keep referring to is that you're cleaning out a lot of these bondage codes that you've been carrying somatically and in your psyche, perhaps for many, many years, and perhaps you've been carrying them, perhaps it's old generational information that isn't even necessarily yours. But you know, when we practice this kind of stuff regularly, we make a shift from our choice making being driven by our bondage codes. We shift from that, we toggle, so that our choice making and our way of delighting in existence at large is less defined by bondage codes and more defined by our dignity codes. So when you do this kind of stuff, you're cleaning out the bondage codes and you're embedding the codes of dignity, cell deep, all the way down to the bottom bone. And sometimes it feels unfamiliar to do that kind of thing, you know? That's why we call it practice. We keep going into it and going into it, putting our foot in the door and going into it. I want to do one more meditation. This is a powerful one. So if you're like, oh, I hadn't made that sort of, psychological connection in terms of the somatics with my bondage and my dignity. So now that we've got that, center stage, you can use this last meditation if you feel like there's something big that you want to move. If there's nothing, obviously large that you need to move out of the way, just do the thing and it'll just further clean the environment, the lymphatic system, and up level the immunity. But if you've got something that has been niggly and it has been definitely or could be definitely defined as something of a bondage code, get it ready to go into the compost pile. This is a big composting gesture. So the inhale, I'm just doing a check, making sure that since I'm in a new space that I'm not going to whap a bookshelf or something. So inhale, and I'm opening the heart. And then exhale, I'm making fists. Thumbs are going to wrap around the index, middle ring, and pinky fingers that are curling in towards the heart of the palm. And then I'm curling the fists in towards the inner wrists. And then with 1,000 pounds of energy, I'm going to bring it in on the out breath. Getting into the Shushmana of the spine. So that's what it looks like. One secret inner practice that maybe you picked up on, but in case you didn't, I've gone through the exhale, and when I get to the completion of the exhale and there's zero residue left in my body, I'm squeezing at the pelvic floor. I'm lifting that energy up into the ball of the belly, drawing it back towards the axis of the spine, lifting it up then towards the diaphragm and the bottom of the heart, and then higher yet to the roof of the mouth and the crown of the head and beyond. And so this internal alchemical upliftment is helping everything in terms of your lymphatic system and, you know, every system, but we're really working with the lymph today. And again, with the radiant shield. Okay, so let's do it a few times together. Push your heart forward, relax your shoulders back, trust and surrender. Let go of all the will and ambition and just be in trust and surrender in this moment. And then make the fists, curl the fists in towards the inner wrists, and squeeze at the perineum, lift the pelvic floor to the belly, to the back of the spine, to the bottom of the diaphragm, to the bottom of the heart, to the roof of the mouth, to the radiance point at the crown of the head, and up like a geyser out of the head. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Lift your arms up to the level of your shoulders, all 10 fingers pointing forward. And just a final moment for galvanizing the Qi. Bring your left hand to your heart center. Pass the energy along the right inner arm and along the outer fingertips and along the right outer arm, looking to the right. And back to the heart with the left hand. And bring the right hand to the heart and take the left arm forward. Galvanizing the Qi on this side now. Right hand along the left inner arm. Fortifying the field. No leaks in the boat. Along the outer left arm, looking to the left. Right hand to the heart. And back forward. Remember, friends, you are the bridge to your own robust wellness. And bring the energy slowly, very slowly, very, very slowly, bringing the energy down. Hopefully, you're feeling really empowered and simultaneously tremendously peaceful. And connected to something that is infinite and unbounded and unnameable, deeply generous, and 100% local because it's living inside of you. This essence of endogenous immunity. Just be with this ball for a moment. penetrative, patient kind of presence. Let the eyes open. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you feel great. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow for our gathering, same time, same place. Take very good care, the best of care. Sat Nam and Namaste.